Craig has flown to Melbourne, not far from his family's home in the city of Ballarat. He's on his way to see his mother, Bev, and sister, Sue.
I do love Australia. I love coming back. This is, of course, the first time that I've been to Ballarat since my father died, and it does evoke all the fond memories. I have a wonderful sister, Sue, who has always been interested in family history and tree and all of that stuff. She's done a bit of digging around. She thinks we were related to a convict that came out from England. I think she'd be really able to point me in the right direction.
Craig, his brother and 3 sisters were raised in the Ballarat suburbs.
This is my old neighbourhood, of course, Brown Hill, Ballarat, and this is my mum's home. It's very sweet, very Australiana. I love that. I love the veranda. It's just gorgeous. And here we go. I'm home. Knock, knock, knock.
Coming. Who's this then?
Me.
Hello. Little brother.
Long lost brother. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
You look lovely.
Thank you. Gorgeous. You look lovely as
How gorgeous. Oh, look.
First ever show you were in.
Making music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Making music.
Those tap shoes.
Yeah.
I thought I was faking the tap in that. I must have learned it. I do love that shot. Granddad, Mozza.
Yes.
And our grandmother, Phyllis, or Fonz, on Dad's side.
Yeah.
Fonz and Mozza.
Funny how we called them Fonts and Mozza. That was like a nickname. Where did that come from?
I have no clue. You
Yes.
on Fonz's lap. There's me on Mozza's lap with a big finger in my mouth. Nice. He was a clown, wasn't it?
And he loved writing his penny farthing.
I know, that penny
Love that.
farthing.
So there's another character in the family who is our great-great-grandfather,
Yeah.
Moses Horwood. He was a convict, one of the early convicts that came across from England. Interesting character. Moses was having a drink at the Queen's Head Hotel in Cheltenham one night with a few mates. Thought he might go and steal a few things out of someone's room. Moses was hauled in and he was charged for burglary.
To think, you know, we come from convict stock.
I know.
How exciting is that?
Exciting, absolutely.
Hardly royalty, though, is it?
Have a look at this.
Deaths in the district of Ballarat East. And this is dated 1881. Oh, yeah, Moses Horwood.
Look how many children he had.
Wow.
But the one I want to show you is Charles. That is Revel's father.
Mozza's father was called Charles.
And this is Charles.
He looks really dapper, doesn't he?
He does. It's an amazing photo.
That is an amazing photo. They look wealthy.
It does look a wealthy photo, doesn't it?
I mean, you don't have outfits like that if you're not wealthy.
No.
So maybe they did well. Who did he marry? Do we know?
I know he married into the Tinworth family, but I don't know much more
I
about
don't know about her.
About her.
So what relation are they to us? Our
great-grandfather
Our great-grandfather.
great-grandmother.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to know more about Charles, I
Yeah,
think.
I agree, because, I mean, this is quite close, isn't it, now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Craig has discovered he's descended from an English petty criminal, Moses Horwood, who was transported to Australia as a convict in 1841. He's intrigued by the photograph of Moses' respectable-looking son, Charles Horwood, and his wife, Craig's great-grandparents. To find out more about them, Craig's come to Ballarat's Heritage Reading Rooms to meet genealogist Helen Mollison.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
To just come up here.
I want to know a little bit more about this man, who is my great-grandfather, Charles. I don't know who he's with, mind you.
All right, well, maybe if you had a look at this document here.
Marriages. Oh, here we go. Charles Horwood. Is that Lizzie Bell Tinworth? And that's Charles, and that's Lizzie.
And that's Lizzie.
In that
Yes.
photograph. So that's who we married. On
Correct.
March the 17th, 1891. And then, of course, on his side, it's Moses Horwood and Mary Horwood. So they're his mum and dad. Her mother and father, James Tinworth and Elizabeth Tinworth. And they were hotel keepers.
It was the mining era in Ballarat. It was just enormous. There were thousands of people coming and going. Owning a hotel was a very good occupation.
Wow. Hotel keeper, I like that.
Craig's great-grandfather, Charles Horwood, had married well. His Tinworth in-laws were running a hotel at the height of Ballarat's gold rush. In 1851, a chance discovery of gold had brought thousands of prospectors to Ballarat, all hoping to strike it rich.
We can now look at this birth certificate.
Oh, here we go. Lizzie, her father, James Tinworth, name and surname and profession of James' father, so Charles Tinworth, labourer.
Yes.
And something in England.
That's Eldon, E-L-M-D-O-N, Essex.
Oh, yeah, Essex, like Essex. Oh, no. Really? Essex?
Essex!
There you are.
There you are.
In England.
Yes.
Craig's great-grandmother, Lizzie Tinworth, was born and raised in Ballarat by her hotel keeper parents, James and Elizabeth. But James's parents, Craig's great-great-great-grandparents, Charles and Elizabeth Tinworth, came from Essex.
But now I have no clue how or why they came here.
Here we are with some shipping documents that might be able to help you.
Sailed from Southampton on the 5th of February, 1854. Tinworth, Charles and Elizabeth, here we are.
Oh.
What's that mean?
That's an ag lab, which is an agricultural labourer.
Someone that digs dirt.
Works on farms.
Yeah,
Works on
farms,
farms,
yeah.
yes. Yep.
OK. Male was 20 and the female was 24. And there we go, across. By whom engaged? Oh, Mrs. Smith.
So, in other words, who was he going to work for?
Oh, I see.
When he came to Australia.
Yeah. For employment.
Employment, yes.
So they sailed from Southampton on the 5th of February.
Yes.
They arrived February, March, April, May. 3 months later, literally almost exactly, on the 4th of May.
That's correct.
In 1854.
Yes.
And they sailed into Geelong. But they must have wanted to do that.
Yes, because Australia was a new country and we desperately needed people. The government would pay for their fares on the ship.
Oh, I see.